Anjali,
Yes, sir.
did you revise the Wheatstone Bridge?
Yes, sir.
Or any doubt, Anjali? Last class it is not good, right? It was not good. Anirudh,
Yes, sir.
Wheatstone Bridge.
No doubt, sir.
8 members join. Still 12 members are there. Meter bridge. Today's topic: meter bridge. Rachana, Rachana, Ritesh, Likita, Likita, oh, Harsh,
Yes, sir.
okay, Kaushalya,
Yes, sir.
yeah, Sanchit,
Yes, sir.
yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, let's see. Today we are going to discuss about meter bridge. Meter bridge, it is a practical form of Wheatstone bridge and it works on the principle of Wheatstone bridge. What is the principle of Wheatstone bridge? P by Q is equal to R by S. What is the use of the Wheatstone bridge?
So to calculate unknown resistance.
Yes, to find the unknown resistance we will use. So on that principle, on the Wheatstone bridge principle, we are, meter bridge will work. Okay. Now see the construction of the meter bridge, and it is the one of the practical for you. Okay, this practical will be there. Look at this carefully. Write these 2 points. Meter bridge. It contains one wire of length 1 meter. That's why it is a meter bridge. This wire is manganese alloy of manganese. manganese wire. It is one of the alloy. 1 meter wire. Second, it will consist copper strips. This wire is uniform cross section. Uniform cross section.
Sir, we can't see, sir. It's
Is
going
it
out of screen.
okay? Okay, yeah. It is uniform cross section.
So this side, sir. Starting.
Sir, starting also, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Manganese wire. It is uniform cross section. It having uniform cross section. Second one, copper strips. Copper strips. We will use three copper strips we have to use. One scale, meter scale. One meter scale we have to use. D. Resistance box means it is the known resistance. Resistance box, we can arrange variable resistance. Now resistance box is nothing but variable resistance. You know the symbol of variable resistance, right? It is fixed resistance. It is variable resistance. Or one more symbol for that. This is the variable resistance. Or resistance box means we can adjust the resistance in the circuit. And one is unknown resistance. Unknown resistance. Jockey. One jockey we will use. And galvanometer. What is the use of the galvanometer? Anirudh?
So which detects a very small current.
Very small currents also it can be detected. Yeah. So these are the things we will use. Okay, let's see. Arrangement. Circuit diagram. AB. One wire. Meter wire. We will take in 100 centimeters. 1 meter equal to 100 centimeters, right? 1 meter equal to 100 centimeters. So we will take like that. We will use 3 copper strips, right? One is one and second one also. And middle one copper strip. Resistance box. RD. One resistance. And this wire we will arrange. To this wire we will arrange 1 meter scale parallel to the wire. 1 meter scale we are arranging parallel to the wire. It is the meter scale. We have to arrange. From this, one galvanometer needle, jockey. Jockey, it contains the sharp needle at the end. Very sharp it is. So this jockey, we can move along the length of the wire. So when you are moving, you should not rub like this. Just you have to touch here and here. If you touch this side, galvanometer will move in this side. When you are touching this side, galvanometer move that side. So we have to make sure that we have to touch the jockey so that current passing through this galvanometer should be 0. That time we will call as a balanced Wheatstone bridge. Where is the 4 resistors? First resistor, second resistor, remaining where is the 2 resistor? If
Wire
total length
resistance.
is 100 centimeters, so if it is the length L, at length L distance, it is showing 0 deflection in the galvanometer. 0 deflection is nothing but null deflection, null point. It works based on the null point. Null point means current passing through this is 0. When you are touching, actually it will passes. But at one point, if you touch the jockey, current cannot pass through it. That point is called null point. So that if you take it is the L, remaining will be 100 minus L distance. Total length is L. Total length is 100 meters. 100 centimeters total length. 1 meter wire I have taken. So 100 centimeters. At L distance, it is showing null. Galvanometer showing no current passing through it. So that is L. Remaining how much part will be there? Total is 100. Here L, 100 minus L will be there. Three copper strips. One is like right angle bended. Right angle light. 1 meter scale. Arranged parallel to the wire. This wire is fixed to wooden board. After that, copper strips they have arranged. So we have to move the jockey such that the current passing through the galvanometer should be 0. At that point, if you take in this wire, there will be a resistance, right? Each and every wire, there will be some resistance.
Yes, sir.
Let here what you have to do, what is the resistance in the wire? Let smaller, if you take smaller be the resistance per unit length. That means small r equal to resistant per unit length. How much length is L length? If you consider up to here, if it is A, B and it is C, and it is D. In the small length L, how much resistance will be there? So resistance equal to, this smaller is the resistance per unit length. So resistance RAD means resistance between A and D will be R into L. R into L resistance. Remaining here, how much resistance will be there? RDB. RDB, how much it will be? Smaller is the resistance per length, unit length. How much length is there? L length. So resistance, this resistance between what? A and D points. So A and D points, resistance will be smaller into L. Resistance between B and D and B, how much?
100 minus L
Yes.
into R.
R into 100 minus L. Now we know one resistance, we know second resistance, we know third resistance, we know 4 resistance. There are 4 resistors. So in the Wheatstone bridge also there are 4 resistors. Like same. Now if you want to find out we can use now. We have used this galvanometer. Galvanometer is used to measure the small currents also. One resistance box and one more resistance. Whatever you want, you can find out which resistance. Take it is a S. PQ, P by Q. What is the Wheatstone bridge? P by Q, R by S, right? In that form, you can write now. Right. R by resistance RAD. It is RD. It is R. So R by AD. RD by RAD equal to
What about battery, sir?
ma
For battery?
battery. Connect here. Connect here battery. Positive and negative. Connect battery like this. This cell battery can connect. Take this some S. S by RDB. S by RDB. Smaller is the resistance per unit length. So after RAD means we know R into L. RDB means R into 100 minus L. By using that, we can find out whatever they ask. Two questions I will give you. Try to solve that. Let's see.
Sir,
Tell me, ma.
sir, can you repeat what's RD in that diagram, sir?
RD is nothing but resistance box. Resistance box, that means we can adjust. It is nothing but variable resistance.
Okay.
Previously, we know two resistance, two known resistance. One is unknown resistant. One is a variable resistant. Right? Wheatstone bridge. In the
Yes,
Wheatstone
sir.
bridge, how many resistors are there? 4 resistors are there. 2 is known resistors. 1 is variable resistance. 1 is unknown resistance. To find out this unknown resistance, we have used P by Q is equal to R by S, right? Like
Yes,
that
sir.
only here also 2 known fixed resistors. 1 is
RD.
variable resistance. Nothing but a resistance box. We can vary. Why we have to vary this? We have to vary this box so that we have to vary this resistance so that current passing through this galvanometer should be 0. If this current passing through the galvanometer is 0, the potential difference between C and D, how much? Current is not passing between these two. So what is the potential difference between C and D?
0.
Yes, 0. If you make like that, then it will become a balanced Wheatstone bridge.
Okay,
Then
sir.
we can write, yeah, RD by RAD. So RAD means how much? R into L. R into L equal to S by R into 100 minus L. So if you want to find out S, or if you want to find out RD, yes, if you want to find out, send this. We can find out anything. If it is the S is the unknown resistance, we can find out that. Okay, see, write the question. Problem. First question. Right, for 1 ohm, and this is R. Take it is the 100 meters, or take 100 centimeters, or however they much, how much they will give, that much. So 100 centimeters, one jockey. This jockey they given 40 centimeters, means null point they given at 40 centimeters. Null point they given 40. It will be how much? From here to here 40. Remaining, what is the length of this?
60, sir.
60. Okay, that means when they have given 40, that means it is a, they have given null point at 40 centimeters. That's what you have to remember. Here, how much resistance will be there? You know how much resistance will be here in this wire from here to here? If it is A,
40 R.
yeah, it will be 40 R. 40 R will be there. Here, how much resistance will be there?
60 R.
60 R. And these two resistors, what you have to do? These two are in which form?
Parallel.
Parallel. So we have to make it as a 1. If you make it as a 1, then 4 resistors you can see. First resistor, second resistor, third resistor, and fourth resistor. Okay. Then you can solve. How much once solve this parallel if they arrange? How much it is? 1 by 1 by 4 by 5, right? 4 by 5, right?
Yes, sir.
4 by 5. Calculate this R. So P by Q equal to R by S. So 5 by 4 by 5 R1, 4 by 5 ohms, R2 equal to how much? R3 equal to 40, R4 60 R, 60 R. So find out R2 means formula. What is the formula? R1 by R2 equal to R3 by R4. So R2 equal to R4 by R3 into R1. P by Q, R by S. So R1 by R2 by R3 by R4. So we can solve like that. they will give you null point. Once if they have given null point, you can calculate this length, how much resistance will be there you can find, and how much resistance will be here you can find, then you can solve based on the formula. Okay, that is the meter bridge. Just substitute in the formula.
What is answer, sir?
Solve that. How much you got? R2 you have to calculate, right? R1 how much?
R1 is 4 by 5.
R2 by R1 into R3. Oh, sorry. What is the formula? R1 by R2 equal to R3 by R4. You have to find out R2. So R2 equal to R4 by R3 into R1. R4 how much? 60 R. R3
40 R.
40 R. R1
4 by 5. Sir, it's 6 by 5, sir.
6 by
Answer.
5. 6 by
Yes,
5.
sir.
6 by 5 ohms. R3. Sorry, R2. So like that. Next see once. Potentiometer. Potentiometer. First point in the potentiometer. It measures potential difference. What is the use of voltmeter? You know what is the use of voltmeter?
It also detects the potential.
It is also
difference.
measures the potential difference only.
Yeah.
But potentiometer also use it to measure the potential difference only. But what is the difference? By using the potentiometer, more accurate value you can get. More accurate than voltmeter. More accurate than voltmeter. But why we are not using potentiometer instead of voltmeter? Mostly in your physics lab or wherever you will see, they will use voltmeter only. They won't use the potentiometer. What is the reason? That reason is size. Voltmeter size is very small and convenience. Okay. But we will use more voltmeter because voltmeter is used more often because of its size, and convenience. So size is very small. Voltmeter size is very small. We can adjust very easily. But a potentiometer size is not small. It's very big. Actually, when we are talking about meter bridge, what is the length of the meter bridge? What is the wire length in the meter bridge?
1 meter.
1 meter. That's why we will call it is a meter bridge. But in the potentiometer, not 1 meter, few meters. Few meters means more than 1, 2, 3, 4, like the so many meters will be there. Few meters wire will be there. It's not 1 meter. If it is 1 meter, we know that it is a meter bridge. But in the potentiometer, wire length will be few meters. Okay, so potentiometer, it is measures the potential difference, more accurate than the voltmeter, but mostly we will use voltmeter because its size is very small and it is convenient. Okay, but its size is very big, very large size is. That's why we don't use more. But if you want accurate value, then definitely you have to use potentiometer only, then voltmeter. In even in physics, so many values are very approximate values, not exact values. So when they are using voltmeter, there will be some error, but we don't consider that error. But if you use potentiometer, you won't even get that error. But it's so difficult to connect in the circuit because its size is very big. I will show you. Let's see. Right. Uses of potentiometer to measure EMF of cell. First use to measure EMF of cell. Second, to compare EMF of cells. If you take two cells, you can compare first cell and second cell EMFs. You can compare. EMF of cells. You can measure if they have given any cell, that cell EMF you can measure, or if they have given two cells, you can compare EMFs of the two cells. Third one, by using this to determine internal resistance. By using the potentiometer, you can determine the internal resistance. You can calculate how much internal resistance will be there. Anirudh,
Yes, sir.
what is potentiometer?
So it measures potential very accurately,
Yes,
but it's too big, so that's why voltmeter is often used in place
yes.
of that.
Yeah. Prisha,
Yes, sir.
what are the uses of voltmeter? Sorry, potentiometer?
So potentiometer is used for measuring the potential difference.
Like
It is
EMF. First, we have to say
EMF,
EMF. Okay. What is EMF?
electromagnetic flux.
What is the meaning of EMF? The name itself it is telling.
Electromagnetic flux.
Electromotive force. What is that? Electromotive force.
Electromotive force.
Suppose, see, Prisha, suppose if you take one wire, in this wire there will be electrons, right?
Mm.
So there is no any current, right? If you want to make current has to move in this wire, you have to motivate the electrons. To motivate the electrons, what you have to do? You have to give this EMF. Once if you arrange this EMF in the circuit, it will motivate the electrons. So this EMF will become PD, potential difference. When you are, suppose if you take it is called a EMF. This cell is called EMF. If you don't connect in the circuit, if you connect in the circuit, it will become potential difference. Okay, EMF means electromotive force. Whom it will motivate? It will motivate the electrons to move
Electrons.
from one place to another place.
Another.
What is the difference between potential difference and EMF?
Sir,
If you don't
potential
connect in the circuit, that is EMF. If you connect in the circuit,
potential difference.
yeah, potential difference. In the previous class, we have learned V is equal to E minus IR. Right? We learned this. It is potential difference. It is electromotive force, potential drop in the internal resistance. Okay, now construction. Remember these three uses. So many formulas will be there. Each and every case formulas, problems will be there. To measure the EMF, problems are there. To compare the EMF of cells, problems are there. To determine the internal resistance, some of the problems are there. So problems basically comes from potentiometer only, more than meter bridge and Wheatstone bridge. Okay, let's see. Now construction. In textbook, how they have constructed and how I am going to construct. Let's see. Construction. Construction. A long wire of few meters. You have to take a long wire of few meters. In meter bridge, we have taken only 1 meter wire. That's all. But here, not 1 meter. Few meters wire we have to take. That wire should consist uniform cross section. Uniform area of cross section should be there. Area. Uniform area of cross section. That wire should be uniform and area of cross section. Not 1 meter, few meters. More than 1 meter. It will work basing on null point. Do you know what is null point? In the previous question, in the meter bridge, when you are arranging the jockey, current passing through the galvanometer should be?
Zero.
Should be?
Zero.
0. That point is called null point. Okay. So it will work basing on the null point. Okay. It will work basing on the null point. Look at this. Just length of the wire is L. I have taken length of the wire L. L means it is not 1 meter, few meters. I didn't give you how much length is that. Few meters, more than 1 meter. So this is the wire. One battery EMF I have arranged. One jockey we have to arrange that. Look at that. Now, if length is at L point, at L X distance, suppose it is A and it is B. Wire length is L at X distance. Suppose at X distance, if we get the null point. First, let what is the potential drop? See, this is the total wire, right? In that wire, what will be there? Resistance will be there. When current is passing through that wire, there will be a potential drop. Because potential drop, V is equal to IR. What is the meaning of IR? I means current, R is the resistance. Right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
right? So when current is passing through the wire, you will get the potential drop. How much potential drop means? Suppose length and potential drop. If length is L, how much potential drop you will get? It is 0 and it is V. So it is 0 and it is V. So how much potential drop will you get? Total length is L. How much potential drop will you get? V potential drop will you get, because you applied total 0 to V. So total potential drop is V through the entire wire. Suppose 1 meter wire if you take, potential drop will be 1 unit length if you take, potential drop will be V by L into 1. 2 meters, 2 units if you take, V by L into 2. Suppose X length if you take, how much potential drop will be there? V by L into X. Hello? Anirudh? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Anirudh, are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
See, L length, if you consider the L length, if current is passing through the wire, in that wire, there will be a resistance. So, there will be a potential drop. How much potential drop will be there through the entire wire? V potential drop will be there. If 1 unit of length, if you take, how much potential drop will be there? V by L into 1. 2 units if you take, V by L into 2. I have taken this much of length. How much potential drop will be here? V by L into X. Suppose I have taken here, this distance is Y. How much potential drop will be there?
VL by
V
Y.
by
Y.
L into Y. Potential drop will be there. Okay. For total length, V potential drop. For unit length, V by L into 1. For 2 units, V by L into 2. For X length, V by L into X. More accurately, how much potential drop is there? Clearly we can say how much length you are taking into V by L. That V by L, this V by L is called potential gradient, denoted with the letter K. Potential gradient. Potential gradient denoted with letter K. So potential gradient formula, potential drop per unit length is called potential gradient. 2 mark. Define potential gradient. Potential gradient is the potential drop per unit length. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now see, in textbook, how they will give that circuit. Let's see. And one jockey will be there. That jockey, if you connect here, or if jockey Z, galvanometer G, jockey will be there. If you touch this side, galvanometer rotates. That's this arrow will show that side. If you touch jockey this side, then deflection will be in this side. But at one point, this deflection will be 0. There is no any deflection. That point is called null point. Remember that. So to the entire wire length, if you take L, potential drop will be V. Basing on that, any part if you take, how much potential drop will be there means potential gradient into that length. K into, suppose in this X distance, X length wire if you take, in that X length wire, how much potential drop will be there means K into X. This is the potential drop. If you take Y length, K into Y. Like that, how much length you are taking into that potential gradient. If you give, you will get the potential drop. Okay, that same figure, how they have given in the textbook. Let's see. And what are why I didn't draw that? In that circuit also some of the errors will be there. Let's see. how they have given potentiometer in your textbook. It is not a small wire, it is very big wire, right? So let's see, according to textbook, wire, one copper strip, one more wire, copper strip, wire, copper strip, wire. It is A, it is B, A and B. Now here we have to connect one battery. That means EMF. Or when once if you connect in the circuit, it will be volt, right? You can write volt also. Mostly. After jockey J. These are the copper strips. This length, whatever the length is there for the copper strips, we don't consider. Only this length of the wire we will consider. That is one of the drawback. When we are calculating the length of potential gradient, that potential gradient we will calculate for only this wire. We don't consider the this copper strips. But in the copper strips also current will pass. So there will be some resistance. So there will be a potential drop that we don't consider. It is a practical form. And it is E, and internal resistance will be there for this. EMF and internal resistance. When I give a small r, that means it is the internal resistance in the cell, but we can't draw inside the cell like this. It won't look good. That's why I'm not drawing this internal resistance. We will draw outside. That I will give small r. If I give capital R, if you give in the small r place capital R, it will be external resistance. Whatever you given, that is the external resistance. So don't write this. It is small internal resistance. Internally, some resistance will be there in the cell. That internal resistance. It is EMF. It is the potentiometer. Okay. It is the according to your textbook. This is the diagram. EMF, internal resistance, and is the galvanometer. So when you are touching this jockey at somewhere, current passing through this, it will become 0. That is called null point. After that, we can calculate. If you know the null point, how much potential drop will be there, we can find out. How much potential drop will be there, where it will touch. That distance, suppose at x distance, null point, if you see, k into x, potential drop you can find out. See once some of the important points when you are constructing the potentiometer. Some important points when you are constructing the potentiometer. Look at this. Okay, it is the actual textbook arrangement, but it is very big. We can't draw every time. So that is the reason. Just one wire and one EMF and one battery we will connect and we will draw. Let's see. Simple form. some important points you are going to learn here. Zero and it is V. So one of the battery. Take 10 volts. So 0 to 10 volts. Smaller and higher, so 10 volts. Take it is A and it is B. It's the wire. Now, right, one jockey, one EMF we have to connect. It having internal resistance. Through this, one galvanometer. Jockey. Now, if this jockey is, it will touch at, means if it is showing null point at X distance. At X distance, it is showing null point. So what is the potential drop here? What is the potential drop here? If it is showing X distance, null point, it is showing null point. No current is passing. Then what is the null point here? Sorry, what is the potential drop here?
Kx.
Kx, right? So take it is C. So potential drop between A and C equal to K into X. Take it is like DF, D and F. Now, it is balanced. Balanced means current is passing through the galvanometer or not? Is any current is passing here?
No, sir.
No current is passing, right? So when no current is passing, here is there any potential drop? Current only not passing. Potential drop means what is the meaning? V is equal to IR, right? So current is not passing present. So current is not passing. That means potential drop equal to 0 here. So if it is O, it is also O, and it is E, and it is R. So each and everywhere there is no any potential drop, but potential will become E. Everywhere potential is E only. There is no any drop. There is no any drop. Here 0, it is E because total EMF is E. Each and everywhere E. There is no any drop. The current is not passing. That means no drop. So there is no drop means that means EMF will be. So what is the EMF of this cell? EMF of this cell equal to K into X. What is the K here?
Potential gradient.
Gradient. Potential gradient. What is the meaning of potential gradient?
Potential drop for the unit length.
No, potential drop for unit length. So potential difference between A and C equal to potential difference between D and F. How much potential difference will be here? Same potential difference here. So current is not passing anything through this. When current is not passing through this, there is no any drop. So you can write this formula. Simply you can measure. Now look at this. Suppose this polarity I have, remember, battery polarity is negative to positive. Whatever I connected EMF to compare, I'm going to measure the EMF. What is the EMF? EMF equal to K into X. How I have measured? I have connected this EMF as shown in the figure, and I am moving the jockey where I will get the null point. Basing on that, K into X is nothing but this total EMF. So I can calculate EMF like that. So when I'm calculating EMF, remember carefully, it is negative, positive. and here also negative positive. In that place, if you write positive and negative, it's wrong. You can't calculate A. Why you can't calculate also I will tell you. Just you can't calculate. See, polarity should be same for EMF and potential difference. Polarity between first note. What is the note? When they are giving circuit, you have to observe carefully that potential difference and EMF polarity should be same. If it is negative, it should be negative. Remaining should be positive. Polarity should be like that. Then only you can calculate EMF. Otherwise, you can't calculate. And one more note. Did you understand the note, Anirudh?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand the note? Bhanu Prasad?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand, ma?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, one more note. Look at this. So you are calculating EMF, right? So here you can calculate the EMF. That's what our first use. Suppose this EMF you have, what you have connected, it is more than, it is 20. It is 20 volts. Suppose we don't know that, but we arrange it. It is 10 volts. So when the potential, when the EMF is more than the potential drop, how much potential drop will be there in this wire? Tell me how much potential drop? In this wire from A to B, how much potential drop will be there?
Yes, sir.
0 to 10. Potential drop is 0 to 10, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, whatever you connected, that is 20 volts. Can you calculate now? It is more than the potential drop. When it is the more than the potential drop, then you won't get null point. You won't get null point at anywhere. If you don't get null point, then you can't calculate EMF. So potential EMF should be smaller than the potential drop. If it is 5, you can calculate. Somewhere you will get 0 to 10. 0 to 10 means 5 will come at somewhere. If it is 20, this 20 you won't get anywhere. Between 0 to 10, 20 won't be exist. So potential EMF should be greater than potential drop.
So lesser than no, sir.
Sorry, lesser than potential drop. It should be smaller than potential drop. Okay, the 2 points, remember. Now one first question. See the first question. Problem number 1. Find X such that G shows G. G means, what is the G? What is the meaning of G? Hello?
Galvanometer.
Yeah, galvanometer. Find out X such that length of the wire is 10 meters. Calculate X. How will you calculate? Calculate X such that G, current passing through it, is 0. So it won't show any deflection. How will you calculate this X? Do you know how much potential drop is here? Do you know potential drop here? How much? From it is 0, 20 means 0, 20. Tell me which formula will you use to find out X? Anirudh?
Yes, sir.
Which formula will you use? How much potential drop will be here? If you
Sir,
want to calculate this EMF equal to potential gradient into X, right?
yes, sir. 20 by 10. No,
E is
20 by
equal
X.
to 20 by 10 into X.
Into
E how
X.
much?
Yes, sir. E 20, sir. Oh, 8 volts. Sorry, sir.
E. It is battery.
Yes, sir.
It is battery. So E is equal to K into X. This is the EMF, accurate EMF. So that K is potential per length. Potential is 20. Total length is 10. So 20 by 10. So E is 8. 8 equal to?
X is 4, sir.
Okay. X is equal to 4. So 4 centimeters. 4 meters. At 4 meters, you will get the null point. Understand? Likita,
Sir?
did you understand that question?
Yes, sir.
So remember this formula. It is to find out the EMF. How to find out EMF? E is equal to K into X. This K is nothing but potential gradient V by L. Just what is the length of the wire? Take that, and how much potential they applied. See, remember, it is the EMF when they connected, when they have given internal resistance and that connected to galvanometer, it is nothing but EMF. Remaining one more, whatever they have given, that is potential difference. So if you know that V by L into X, we can do. Second question. Find out X such that it shows no deflection. Calculate.
So the polarity is different.
Very good. So when they have given in the option, that option is not correct. Why? Because here positive is there, here negative is there. So you can't calculate. Now you can ask, sir, why can't we calculate? Before you told that when positive to positive or negative to negative is there, then only we can calculate, we can compare, or we can calculate internal resistance, everything we can do. When they have given like this, what will happen? Let's see. It is 0 0 0, here also 0, here also 0 you can write, here also 0 you can write, but here 4 volts, that means it is nothing but minus 4 volt. If current is not passing through it, wherever you will take minus 4 only, it is the minus 4. Now between 0 and 20, is it minus 4 will exist? Between 0 and 20, is it minus 4 will exist? Here 0, here 0 take. If you are taking 0, actually 4 volts. So what does it mean? Means it is 4 and it is 0 actually. High potential and low potential. But according to this, I have taken it is 0. If it is 0, it will be how much? Minus 4 it is. So minus 4, here also minus 4, because there is no any potential drop. What is the E value here? Same E value will be here. Same E value will be here. So E value is minus 4. This minus 4 is it possible to present between 0 and 20? Hello? Sainika, I can't hear you. Oh, Sainika, yes, even I can't hear you. Let's see, okay? So the Anirudh? 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 Banu Prasad? Banu, did you understand why we can't give the same
Yes, sir.
opposite polarities?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because if you give like that, so it will be minus values. Minus value cannot present between 0 to 20. Remember that.
Yes, sir.
So now solve. Now tell me what is the value of X such that G shows no deflection. Solve X.
4, sir.
E equal to, E is 4, 20 by 20 into X. Yeah, 4 meters. Good ma. 4 meters. At 4-meter distance, you will get null point. Okay. One more question. One minute. Just 1 minute. Write the question. Two parallel resistances resistances 4 ohms and 8 ohms are connected with a known resistance of 6 ohms as shown in the figure. Where is the balanced point? Balanced point on the wire of meter bridge. Of the meter bridge. So they're asking what they're asking, you know, right? You know, right? Let's see diagram. Six ohms, 4 ohms, 8 ohms, 100 minus L. So like that they have given, and they arrange. Calculate. So what they have, two parallel resistance like this are connected with the known resistance. It is the known resistance. Fix. We can adjust, right? That whatever the adjusted resistance they given RD 6 ohms and show in the figure. Yeah, like this. And where is the balancer point? You have to find out this balancer point. What is the balancer point here? L. So you have to find out the balancer point. Formula R by S equal to L by 100 minus L. So L you have to calculate. R is this, S is that, and remaining. You can calculate. Calculate and tell me the answer. Balanced point. Anirudh. Harsh.
Sir.
Did you write the question?
Yes, sir.
Can you solve L? Do you know what is R and what is S?
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
S you have to first two resistors they have given, that you have to make it as a 1. Parallel combination, how to solve, we know that.
900 by 11, sir. Answer.
How much, ma?
900 by 11.
900 by 11, huh? 900 by 11, how much you are getting? Let's see. 900. You will get 1800 by 26. You should get. How much you got this?
3 by 8.
3 by 8. 3 by 8 or 8 by 3?
3 by 8, sir.
3 by 8. Okay. 3 by 8.
No, sir, 8 by 3.
Yeah, 8 by 3 it is. 8 by 3. So S is 8 by 3. That means R is 6. So 6 into 3 by 8 equal to L by 100 minus L. Now see.
Yes, sir, you'll get
1800 by 26, right? That is nearly equal to 69.2 centimeters. So like that. Remember the formula. Mostly when they have given circuit, you can able to solve. Okay. One more question. Yeah. See one question. Can we, you know, what is the direct current and alternating current?
Yes, sir.
What is the direct current? Direct current.
Same direction.
Same direction, right? Same direction. And magnitude also may or may
Constant.
not be same, but it will be in the same. Maybe same. It is same. Alternating current.
Or alternate direction, sir.
Alternate direct means every time direction will change. So direct current will be like this. Alternating current will be like this. Right? Direct current we can, which one we can store? Is it we can store direct current or alternating current? If we take battery, in that battery, through the battery, which current you are getting?
Direct current.
Direct current. So we can store the direct current, but we can't store the alternating current. Why? Because plus cycle and minus cycle. One time it will charge, one time it will discharge. One time it will charge. So mobile phones, when you are giving charging, in our homes, which current we are getting? Direct current or alternating current?
Alternate current, sir, but we use
Yeah.
some transformer.
Yes, yes. So when we are getting alternating current, that current we will convert into direct current. So mobile phones, when you are charging with the direct current. Remember, okay? So can Kirchhoff laws are applied both direct and alternating currents? Suppose two circuits they have given. One circuit they have given, okay? Closed circuit. So when they have given like this two circuits, in the two circuits, first time it is going direct current, second time it is going alternating current. So can you apply Kirchhoff laws for both?
I guess no, sir.
Current is same, right? Current is same, right? We can apply Kirchhoff laws for both DC and AC circuits, alternating current circuits we can use, and direct current circuits we can use. Kirchhoff laws. Note that. Note that question. Note. Kirchhoff laws we can apply for direct and alternating currents. What is the rheostat? You know what is the rheostat? Anybody? Do you know what is the rheostat?
Variable resistor.
Rheostat is nothing but variable resistance. When you are reading any question, if you see the rheostat or resistance box or variable resistance, everything is same. Okay. So today what we have discussed about potentiometer. Potentiometer, by using what are the uses of potentiometer? What is the first use of potentiometer?
We can measure EMF.
Just now we have measured EMF, means like null point. We can find out null point, right? If you find out the null point, we can find out what is the EMF. So second, what is the second use?
We can compare EMF of cells.
In the next class, we are going to compare the two EMFs of the cells. And one more is to find out the internal resistance. If we do that, only one concept left, that is comparison, connection of cells, series connection and parallel connection of cells. If we read that, over lesson. So we have to solve even problems also. And so many members, when I'm calling, no one is responding. I don't know, maybe it is the network problem. Previously it was not there. Like Rachna, one time also she didn't speak. Her mic was problem, I think. Like the so many members are facing problem. Let's see that once. Previously used to speak, everyone used to speak, everyone used to respond. Now no one is responding, only few members. Please overcome that problem, then only you can speak with me. Okay. Even Likita.
Sir.
Yeah. Okay. See you in the next class. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.